Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a new topic called as annotations in the unit 4. So basically what is annotation is? Annotation nothing but normally in our Java programming language about the program we want to provide the some information we provide through the comments in our program. Other than comments, if you want the Java developers are come with the technology called as annotations about the program, the more information we can provide by using Java annotations. That's why what is definition of the Java annotation is Java annotation is a tag that represents the metadata. What is metadata? Metadata means information about the information about the data whatever the program we are having about the program. If you want to give more information, so that more information we can provide by using Java annotations. So basically these Java annotations are starts with a symbol called as at the rate. And one more thing we should understand is these Java annotations do not change the action of a compiled program. Once a program is compiled, the program action cannot be changed by the annotation. But about the program, how to treat the program, how to understand the program, for better understanding of the program, Java annotations are more useful. These annotations can be associate with you may ask, so where we can use these annotations. The annotations we may use with respect to instance variables, constructors, methods, classes. So whatever these different kind of programming elements we're having, like these instance variables, constructors, methods, classes, we can use the annotations. So annotations are not pure comments. So you cannot don't think that annotations are only like comments. Oh, they are not only pure comments. They can also change the way the program treated by a compiler. So the actions of compiler cannot be influenced by the annotation, but how a program has to be look, the program way the compiler look, it can be changed by using the Java annotations. So the base, what are the different uses of the Java annotations? So first purpose of the Java annotation is they provide the information for the compiler. So what kind of information they provide for the compiler is to detect some errors, and also whatever some kind of warnings which may generate by the compiler, those warnings can be suppressed, can be ignored. So we can that in that also we can done by using Java annotations. And also, so the second purpose of the Java annotation is compile time and deploy time processing. What is that is, if while a Java program is deployed onto a server, so we need to prepare some kind of policy files. So these to prepare this kind of policy files, some of the softwares will take these annotations. By with the help of the annotation, they can effectively develop the software policies also while deploying a code onto a server. And the third purpose of Java annotation is runtime processing. So some of whatever the annotations we have discussed until now, this kind of annotation only helpful be at the static time world. But some of the annotations are there which also helpful while runtime processing of your program. So basically, now we'll see how to write a simple annotation. Every annotation is follows with a symbol called as at the rate, and after that we need to mention what is the particular entity. The syntax of annotation is at the rate entity. So now see, with a simple example, I will tell what is a Java annotation. Now I have here a method called as void super. So here I have a method void super method. So this particular method I am inherited from a super class, and my subclass I am overriding the method. So before to tell the compiler that I am performing overriding operation, I am using an annotation, creating an annotation, standard annotation like this at the rate override. So I am telling the compiler that so this is not a normal method. My void my super method is not a normal method. It is a method which is inherited from the parent class to the child class. So the compiler verifies that whether in the parent class this particular method is available or not. So why in the so if it is available, okay, he is written a he is overriding a correct method only. Next, so there are also different ways how we can write the Java annotations. So for example, see this the one. I have a class, my class. So I want to provide the information for the compiler who is the author of this particular program. So how we can create annotation for this. So I have gone for at the rate. I'm using at the rate author, at the rate author. Now open the parenthesis. I'm providing the all my parameters. So author name is who is the author? Benjamin Franklin, and on which date I am writing this particular program. So that information I am providing with the help of this annotation called as author annotation. So that is the advantage of the annotations. So basically previously we are writing a simple comments, but here we are following a standard approach to provide the more information about our program. And also see this, I have a my method, and here I am writing a Java annotation for suppress my warnings. So any issues arise about the while the my method is working, so the issues I want to, what are the warnings which is generated with the help with my method, I want to reduce that particular issues by using a Java annotation called as at the rate of surplus warnings. So about the surplus warnings, I will discuss more information coming topics. So here I have written like this. And so sometimes, for example, if you're having only one pair, so here surplus warnings, I have a parameter name called as value. Further, it's having a value called as unchecked. Name is the value and its respective value is unchecked. So if you're having only single element, you need not to provide like value is equal to unchecked. You can straight away write the Java annotation like this also. So at the rate surplus warnings of, open the double quotes, you can write unchecked. So these are two ways we can, if we have a more than one element, we need to follow this approach. If we are having one element, we can write like this or we can write like this also. It is not any problem. Sometimes we are having the annotations which are not at all having any element also. For example, in the previous we are used the Java annotation called as override. Here I am not having any value. So here for the author I have the name and date. For surplus warning I have a name called parameter called as value. For the override I am not having. So these so we can have annotations without parameters also. See, next one more possibility is also allowed in the Java annotations. That is, so here I have one Java annotation that is at the rate of author. I want to provide one more annotation that is also allowed. So I am for the about my class. I want to provide one more annotation. That's why it is also allowed. I am writing that is at the rate of ebook. See here. For example, whatever the program, whatever the my class I am writing here, that my class program is written by two authors. Then how I can provide that information is at the rate author name is equal to John Doe. One more author is also allowed. At the rate of author name is equal to John Smith. Like that, we can provide a multiple annotations also. So if you are writing these multiple annotations with the same tag, those are called as the repeating annotation. What called? They're called as repeating annotations. So now, so with the program, I can explain where exactly how we have to use Java annotation. So, see this. In the previous window, before the Java annotation, about your program, if you want to write any comments, how we can write is, here I have a class called as generation 3 list. So previously what I am doing is with the help of the Java comments, I am writing author, John Doe, date. So like that, whatever the information about the program, I am written with the help of the comments. But how now we write with the help of Java annotations. See here, before writing your information, we need to provide the annotation class. We need to develop the annotation class. So how we can, whatever the information you want to provide, those all information we need to prepare. An interface has to be prepared. How we can prepare this particular interface design? So for whatever the things elements are required, for all the elements I have prepared. So what is the value for the author I am providing? I am a string. That's why I have written string author. So these all things should be embedded in an interface. So how I am writing is at the rate interface, and the name of the interface I am providing is class preamble. So how an annotations class annotations prepared is, before that we need to use the notation called as at the rate interface, and after that the name of that particular annotation. So my annotation is class preamble, and within that whatever the elements are required, I required author. What is the value author contains is a string, that's why I'm writing string author. And I required a date, so I'm writing string date of. And I have current version is equal to 6, so it is an integer, so I mentioned it is a int current version. The default of value for the particular, when the user is not provided any value, a value I am providing is 1. And next, so I required a last modified attribute also. So for that I am writing string last modified. So when the user is not provide any value, I am providing the value hash any not applicable. So next, um, next one is, this particular program may be reviewed by so many number of people. For that I am creating a string array called a string of reviewers. So like this I have prepared my Java annotation class. So once this particular class is prepared, we can use it before. So before my program, what is my program? Class generation 3 list. So before that particular program, I am creating my own whatever the annotation. So by using this approach, I have created my own Java annotation interface. So how I can use this particular create interface in my program is, before the program, what is my annotation name? Class preamble. So that particular class preamble, I have at the rate class preamble, and I am providing all the information now clearly. So author is equal to John Doe, date, current version, last modified, and it is modified by which particular author. So that all information I am provided, and also I mentioned who are the program reviewers reviewed my program, their values also. So like this, before the program, whatever the information about the program I want to provide, all the information I have provided by using this particular Java annotation called as at the rate class preamble. So I will show the program also. It is very helpful for you. So see the program. So if you want to use annotation, what is the package we need to import is java lang.annotation. So this is the package we need to import to create this kind of annotation. So here I have created my interface for the Java annotation class preamble, and then once this, so I have shown you what is everything. So after that I am using the created Java annotation interface. I am using now by using at the rate of class preamble. So I will just compile this particular program, and you can understand how it's going to work. So it is showing some error. Nothing. Its document is should not be there. So program is successfully compiled. So about the program, if you want to provide more information, that more information we can provide by using Java annotations. Clear, students? So now we can go with the next topic. What is the next topic is, we are having several built-in Java annotations. So previously we have created our own Java annotation. Now whatever the default annotations which are provided by the Java compiler, those annotations we will know one by one. So basically there are so many Java annotations are there. Among them, the best Java annotations are, one is override, second one is surplus warnings, third one is deprecated. I will explain one by one. So what is when we can use this particular at the rate override Java annotation? See here, I have a class called as animal. With the animal class is having a method called as void eat something. When I call this particular method is going to print some information eating something. Now I have a class dog. This particular dog class is extends the animal class. So automatically whatever the methods are there in the animal class which can be inherited to the dog class, which is the method is there eat something. So that is the why I am here using the Java annotation at the rate overhead. So before this method, I am using the parent class animal method eat something inside the dog class. So I have written void eat something, but a small so it is a I'm performing override. That's why I have mentioned at the rate override. But I have done a small thing here. So actually in the method the eat something s is capital, but here I am using s small. That means I am not performing 100% overriding. Why? Because the method name is changed. So whatever the method I have written, whatever the method I have written, it is whatever the method I have written, it is a new method in the dog class. It is not the method of the animal class. So now we will see what the compiler will do. So what I am doing here is for the dog class I have created an object. With the help of the dog class object I am calling the method. I am created a method for the object for the dog class, and with the help of the dog class object I am calling the method. So a dot eat something. But so I will explain it program. So see our program. See how this particular program works. See, the compiler has been generate a method. Method does not override or implement a method from superclass. Why? So actually the animal class method is eat something. But here also eat something. There is a difference. Here the S is capital and here the S is small. So this particular eat something method is a new method in the dog class. It is not the method of the animal class which I am overriding. So it's a error. So the compiler is providing generating the error for us. What is the error? You are not overriding the any. You are not overriding any method of the parent class. So we know. So how we can avoid this is by if I make this particular method as name is change as the capital S. Now again if I compile the program, so see there is no error that whatever the error previously generated, that error is not repeated here. So otherwise, for example, if you want to make the method as same small s only, remove this particular override. First, so I am putting the comment in the override here. Now if you compile, that warning is not going to be generated. So this is the advantage of the Java annotation override. So whenever you are overriding the methods of the parent class and child class, so to mention this is a method of the parent class, I am overriding to mention clearly to tell the compiler we can use the annotation at the rate override. So we will see the next Java annotation that is deprecated. So this is also I can explain with a good program. So see here, what is meant by deprecated? So first of all, I will. So while the Java developers are develop the different packages and different packages may contain different classes, each and every class will provide different methods. So while the versions of the Java compiler is improving, so whatever the previous methods which are there in the classes, they make them as the deprecated methods. That is, they are no longer user. We are provided a new version of that particular method. So whenever the user is use the particular old methods in the classes, they generate an error called as deprecated. That means this particular method is the old method. This is no longer used. The better methods are available. To generate such kind of warnings, we can provide the Java annotation called as deprecated. See this. In my class, I have two methods. One is show deprecated message and second one is show deprecated message one. So previously in my Java, for example, I have my Java version is Java 5 software I am using. In Java 5, I have a method called as show deprecated message. So I am providing a newer version of my software. Within that, I have further improved this particular show deprecated message, and I developed a new method called as show deprecated message one. This is a new method. It's a new method. So how I can make the difference between the old method and new method is, before the old method, I will provide a Java annotation called as at the rate of deprecated. At the rate of deprecated. Now what the user has done is, user has been created an object for my class, my deprecated example, and with the help of the particular object, he is calling the old method only. See here, I am calling show deprecated message, not I am calling show deprecated message one. I am not calling the new method. I am calling here only old method only. So if you compile this particular program, what is going to happen is, if you compile this particular program, what is going to happen, we'll see. So while compiling, it's generating an error. Depre.java uses or overrides a deprecated API. So this is the warning which is generated by the Java compiler. Why this particular error has generated is, in the program where before this particular show deprecated message, we mentioned the Java annotation called as deprecated. It's only the compiler, that's the word method. So for example, now I put this particular deprecated in the made as a comment. If I compile this, see that warning is not going to be generated. See, before that deprecated is there, it's generating the deprecated uses the override deprecated API. Once I made it as a comment, there is no error is generated. So this is the advantage of the annotation called as the deprecated. So what is meant by deprecated is, in your Java classes, you may have the same type of the methods, the old method and newer version methods. If the users are using the old methods are only, to make them warning that you are using the older version of the method, before the method name we need to provide a Java annotation called as at the rate of deprecated. So we'll see the next annotation, that is suppress warnings. What is the use of the suppress warnings? I will explain with a small example. Listen. So see this, the same program, the deprecate only I will judge. So same program is there. In the previous program we mentioned the deprecated. Now I doesn't want to see these kind of deprecated warnings in my program. Then what I can do is, in my in my program, I have mentioned I want to suppress this warning. So that for that reason I am using a Java annotation called as the suppress warnings. And what kind of warnings I want to suppress? I doesn't want to suppress all the warnings. I want to suppress the warnings which are deprecated only. So what are the parameter value I am supplying here is, at the rate of suppress warning, suppress only deprecation only. See, once if I compile this particular program, so previously, in the previous the depre.java one, I compiled generated the warning for me. Now here I am using the suppress warning. That is the reason why it is not generated any error. So for example, if I remove this part, so that I am commenting this. So if I comment, what happened? There is no suppress warnings. If I compile the same program again, see what is the particular deprecation API error is again. Yeah. So if you want to remove this particular warning from your program, we can remove by using a Java annotation called as suppress warnings. So and also we need to provide a message called as deprecation. So automatically the deprecation warnings are only suppressed.